Ready. And we are rolling. Welcome to LBS Talks, episode number 4. So, today we will be talking about a meet that 4 of us did, LBS members did, on December 1st. It was a USPA drug-tested meet. It was held in Single Hill, California. Signal Hill, California, which is located in Long Beach, California, or near the city of Long Beach, California. So, overall, let's start from the beginning. So, the drive. So, we chose to go to morning weigh-ins. So, we left Lemoore at about 3:30ish. 3:30ish in the morning because of LA traffic. Fuck LA traffic, by the way. Crazy. I don't know how those people do it on
It's not even bad compared to Hawaii.
I don't know how those people do it on a daily basis. Driving in that traffic is crazy. So we left Lemoore at about 3:30, between 3:30 and 4 o'clock in the morning, and we arrived at the gym Excel Fitness in Signal Hill, California, at about 7:30ish. Yeah. So the meet director had just arrived too, and he was unloading his trailer, and so it was actually perfect timing because we got there. He was able to.
Who was the meet director?
Lord Elliott, out of Naz Power Gym down in Bakersfield, California. So he got there just about the same time we did. So we got our equipment check out of the way, and we were able to weigh in and stuff. So weigh-ins went well for all of us. We all made weight, all 4 of us. I came in at 268-ish, 260. I think it's 268. I don't know what the kilo conversion is for that. So I had to be under 275 for the meet. So I came in good. And that was just with
Everybody came in.
Everybody came
way below.
So that was just with a semi-weight cut, a water cut. Just cutting carbs. So that worked out well. Just cutting carbs and watching my water intake. So we got done with our weigh-ins, and we had a lot of time to kill because check-in at hotels isn't until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we drove around Long Beach, California. We went to the beach there in Long Beach. And I didn't tell nobody this story, but actually I told you after, I believe. But after we got to Long Beach, we went walking on the beach, but I had to pee. And there was one public bathroom there. And I went into the bathroom, and there was one man bathing in the sink. Big deal, right? So he was bathing in the sink. And the stalls for this bathroom went up about 3 feet high. So you could see the person sitting on the toilet next to me. So I was peeing, and this guy was on the toilet seat next to me, and I thought he was taking a shit until I heard the constant clicking of a lighter. So this fool next to me was smoking crack on this fucking toilet, and I'm just there, okay, I'm just going to pee here while you smoke your crack pipe, and the guy to the left of me is washing his body. So that was interesting. Yeah,
pretty sad.
It's sad. It's a sad deal that even happens, you know. So, but we took a nice walk on the beach. The beach was not nice.
Oh, okay. The sand was nice.
I mean, but you can tell just from because Long Beach is a huge port for imports and exports of shipments. So there's a lot of boats that come in and out of there. So
Cruise, that's where you go and catch your cruise
ships. So there's a lot of oil in that water, and reflects into the sand, just the darkness of the sand.
No, in the water. Yeah.
Yeah, you just know that environmentally that beach is not okay. So we did that. We walked around the city of that pier, Long Beach. That's a really nice place, actually. They've revitalized it, I guess, that whole area. So it's real nice.
Downtown. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, the downtown area. They have this promenade that you can walk down, and there's just a bunch of bars and
The outlets,
restaurants and
yeah.
outlets, and yeah, I mean, that's it's really nice, actually. So we stayed in a hotel, the Hyatt Centric, which is located right off of the Pike, Pike.
It's in.
The Pike outlets there. So I mean, on the internet, they made it look like it was a nice hotel. They made it look like it was something that I would want to stay at, but
it was nice.
It was nice, but
no, what they it wasn't their fault. It was you just clicked on the accident. You thought you were getting a bigger room.
Yeah, I think they oversold the pictures on the website, because when we got into the room, it wasn't what the
we had gotten a basic.
Yeah, you know when you see a picture of a hamburger or something, and it looks juicy and loaded, and you're like, yes, I want that fucking burger. And then you open the package, and it doesn't look like that burger. It's just a flat, smashed piece of shit. Yeah, that's what our room was. Smashed piece of shit.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
It was.
Compared to the picture, it was.
Because you got the wrong room.
Yeah.
But if it's a basic room, it's nice.
Yeah. So don't stay there if you ever go there. I won't stay there ever again. The Hyatt Centric Pike. It was clean. That's all I mean, that's one positive. It was a clean place. It was a clean room, which is always a thing that needs to be when you stay in a hotel, because people are disgusting. Okay, so that was the Friday. We got checked in. We went out to eat down the promenade. No, did we go out to eat that night?
Yeah.
Where did we eat? At the pub place?
Yeah, I don't know what it was called.
Beechwood Barbecue and Pub, I think it was what it was called.
Yeah, they brewed their own beer.
Yeah, they had like a ton of IPAs and stuff.
And they were known for burgers.
Right. And the food was outstanding. You had a fried tomato.
Green tomato.
I mean, fried green tomato hamburger. Burger. And that was fucking delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't eat burgers.
Yeah. And I had what I have is just some barbecue and some beer. That was, oh my God, it was delicious.
The beer was good.
Yeah, it was delicious. And we sat outdoors, and just the atmosphere.
They had heaters.
Yeah, the atmosphere, people were just walking by.
It's almost like San Diego.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
I know.
Yeah, and it was a nice walk back, and everything was decorated Christmassy, and they had this performing
outdoor ice skating rink that no one wanted to do.
Performing arts center, and it was just the fountains and the lights, and yeah, it was nice. So that night was cool. The next morning, we woke up, and we went straight to the meet. Attended the lifters meeting, and the gym that it was at, XL Fitness, is a nice gym, right? It's a CrossFit gym, but it is super small. And that place...
It's not... I don't think you can use the word CrossFit. It's a cross-training facility.
Cross-training facility.
It says that they were...
But, I mean, it was small. Regardless of what they do there, it's
half the size of LBS.
It's about half the size of LBS. And it was packed. For those of you that don't know already, C.T. Fletcher's son was lifting that day. He did bench only, so he was there, and his entourage and cameras. CT Fletcher was there that day too.
Well, there was a lot of. It's not even CT Fletcher's son. I met a lot of nice people there, and a lot of them were from. A couple of them were training out of Barbell Brigade, so they had their cameras out for them too. And
Right,
then
right.
Vic Photography, he
Yes.
was there, and he's a really nice guy. He was doing a photo shoot of all the lifters.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really only him, CT Fletcher's son.
Right, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
that in combination with your regular crowd, was there was a ton of people. I mean, it was a standing room only towards the back, and the warm up area kind of melted into the spectator area, so it was hard to.
It was almost like our August Grizzlies at Grizzlies Powerhouse meet.
Yeah, but
But there wasn't any rope to section off the weigh-in. I mean the
lifters warm up area.
yeah.
Yeah, it was packed. Needless to say, I mean, just
Why
it was
don't you
packed.
say how it was like to use bumpers to warm up?
Yeah. So during our warm ups, well, like I said, this was previously, if not currently, a CrossFit gym. So they had maybe 4 irons, but everything else was bumpers. So, especially when it came to deadlift warm ups, as you know, most people know when you come to the Econo bumper 45-pound plates,
Which we have to. Yeah.
they're huge. They're at least 3 inches thick, so you can get maybe 4 on a bar. So you're warming up to 405, and if your first lift is like my first lift, my opening lift was 580, to only be able to warm up to 405 and then jump 180 pounds,
Yes.
that was a challenge, but we got through it. When I warmed up on bench, they had Oldie lifting bars, so when I unracked the bar from the
Rack.
the rack.
When you unracked.
Oh my God, I just had a brain fart. The rack. It's called the rack. So when I unracked the bar from the rack, it actually spun in my hands and almost broke my fucking wrists. So that was also a challenge. But overall, I mean, like I said, it was a good meet. My open.
You have to say that the owners of the gym were really nice.
No, there's nothing.
yeah,
nothing
no.
against the gym.
It was their. I spoke to. He's the coach of Deadlift Society, and that's. From what I get, he had just started a powerlifting team out of there.
Right.
And that's why they got they're slowly getting in the Texas squat bars, the Texas deadlifts, which is what, if you were lucky to had got it during practice, those were the only bars that was there available to you. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, there's nothing against Excel Fitness. It's just that they're during that transition phase between a CrossFit and becoming more of a strength training gym, or just incorporating that into their gym. On my squat, my first attempt, I got red lighted for depth. Both the right and the left judge red lighted me for depth. And it mind fucked me big time.
Yep.
Because the fear of bombing out just weighed heavily on me. So I redid it again. So I opened with 501. 501 squat, which I can do in my with my eyes closed, right? And I usually do it with my eyes closed because whenever I lift, I close my eyes. But I hit the 501. So my second attempt, I went down a little deeper, and I got 3 white lights. But just because of the mindfuck, I opted to not do a third attempt. And and everybody wants, especially myself, in hindsight, I should have done a third attempt and just YOLO, right? But stupid me, I wanted to save my energy for for the bench, and I opted not to do a third attempt. How did our other three lifters do on squat? Everybody got their squats that they wanted, right?
No, not Junior. Junior got hit on depth too. And then on his third attempt, he actually went way, way below. And then he got red lighted on his second attempt on something that he does in the gym all the time. And same thing, it mind fucked him, but he went for his third and he went way below and failed. But he did it, and he did good.
How did Ariel? Excuse me. How did Ariel do?
She uh she hit. So you always go into a meet with a plan, or I always stress that you should go into a meet with a plan and never deviate from it. Um, on her third attempt, it was kind of a mix up between we didn't communicate as well, so that was she lost her third attempt, but she did hit a PR in a meet and broke a state record.
There you go. So that's how squats went. On bench, I opened up with 407. Did 424, and then I went
Balls to the wall.
balls to wall. I should have just tried to beat my old PR of 440 with a 442 bench or 446 bench or something like that. But I opted to do a 451, and it went about 3 inches off my chest and didn't want to move. So I ended up with that 424 bench, which ain't bad, right? I don't know. I think it's all right for me. And bench for Ariel and Junior. How did they go?
Junior did good, especially because he lost a lot of weight each meet. He actually usually bench is the first one to suffer when you lose a dramatic amount of weight, but his bench actually stayed the same. Ariel hit a meet PR and a state and national record with that, and it was 132.
Very nice, very nice. So that's how bench went.
And I want to just say that Ariel's only 109 pounds.
Right.
So for her to have benched that.
Yeah, badass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was one of the top girl lifters there that day.
Yes. Well,
So-
even at LBS too, she's one of the top.
Right. So moving on to deadlifts, I opened up with 578. I think that's what I opened up with. Then my second attempt was a 606. And once again, I should have just tried to beat my old lift of 617, but I failed
611.
no, 617, my old deadlift record, 617, and I failed my third attempt. I forget what my third attempt was. It was like
617.
It was like 628, I think, something like that. So anyway, I failed my third attempt. It got stuck right at my knees, and it did not want to budge. So how did Junior and Ariel and Ayana do for the deadlifts?
Ariel did awesome. She hit, I can't even remember what she hit, but it was a meet PR. It wasn't a record. Ariel's worst, she thinks her worst lift is her deadlift, so she never does it. She sandbagged her deadlift. She could have gone heavier, but you live and learn. Junior, I honestly can't even tell you what he did because I was busy running around trying to warm up you and Ayana. Ayana hit, I think her heaviest was 363. It's not a meet PR. It's not even a PR at all. But she did hit, she did set a state and national record
Right.
in her weight class.
Mm-hmm.
She did deadlift only, so that's the only records, the deadlift only.
Right.
She injured herself during her her first attempt, so I cut her off on her third.
So how did she hurt herself? What did she do?
She just has a recurring injury in her rib.
Oh, so rib
That's all.
pops out, something like that. So all of us got gold, first place
Yes.
for our weight and age groups. So all of us got first place in our age and weight groups. I opened. I'm sorry. I entered in the open division and the masters division, 125 kilo class, 275ers, and I won gold in both of those. I also set a state and national record for masters division for the squat, bench, deadlift, and the total. So I hold all eight records for that once I get around to submitting it to the USPA. But as of right now, I am the record holder for the Masters Division, state and American records for drug tested. So the way the drug test works for the USPA is they drug test
Usually the best lifters.
Right. So if you're a best lifter, you do get drug tested. And I was off of getting drug or best lifter award by 50 Wilks points. So I had I think the guy who beat me had a 450 Wilks and I had like a 400 or something like that. And that's part of the problem with me skipping on my third attempt on squats and missing both my third attempts on bench and deadlift. So if I had gotten those, I think I would have been at least close to getting best lifter. So there was some other lifters there that did awesome too. We had some guys from down south in Bakersfield competing. One guy, Chulo Alfonso, it was his first meet. He trains under 1 ton Lee. He did awesome. He did classic raw. I think he squatted over 600 pounds and pulled 630 or something like that. I forget what his bench is. I think his bench was in the 400 range, 420 range. Yeah, it was a good meet.
I think he deadlifted the same as you.
Yeah. Everybody did really well. What else happened at that meet? Anything else? I don't think anything else. Yeah, it was a good meet. It was well run, as always. Lord Elliott does good meets. As far as anything going wrong, I think if I had to look back on it, travel for any meet is terrible. If you're going to travel, you need to plan it and get there. What do you think? A day or two earlier, so that you can regulate your body. Because I started.
This is what
cramping.
I say all the time. But this is like you said, you live and you learn. You didn't want to listen to me. I refused to do any meets past Bakersfield, past Fresno, because I know what travel does to my body. I was hurting and I wasn't even doing a meet. You had to learn the lesson. I refuse. I suggest nobody should do a meet, especially if you're going there to break records. If you're going there to be fun, have fun, do a meet for fun, do it.
Right.
But if you're not used to, if you can't even handle driving 2 hours to the coast and then have to go and rest for the next 2 days, then there's no way you can do a meet.
Right. So, I mean, I guess the only exception to that rule would be like if you're going to do Worlds or a LA Fit Expo or a San Jose Expo, where you're going to try and beat a world record.
Well, I know a lot of lifters that actually do that, but they know how their body is.
Right.
So
And they also plan it better. They get there at least, I think,
Right.
at least a day. You need to be there,
Like Party with RJ does it a whole week ahead.
right? But you need to be there at least a day.
But Jesse does it like he drives in that morning.
Yeah,
But Jesse's
he's used
awesome
to
at
that,
it.
right?
He
Yeah,
knows his
he
physique. He knows his body.
yeah, that's the key, right? Is to know what your body can and cannot handle. And I can say that my body cannot handle.
Well, we're also 20 years older than most people.
Age is just a number, but yeah, it doesn't help to be 40 plus years old, and my body just doesn't recover
I like my
as
age.
quickly as possible. Oh, I want to talk about the drug test thing. So a lot of people, even throughout my bodybuilding days, would always wonder, right? Does this guy do steroids? He's got to do steroids. He can't be that big if he doesn't do steroids. No, I do not do steroids. Have I ever thought about doing steroids or performance-enhancing drugs? Of course, who doesn't want to get better? But in the end, no, I've never done them, and I don't think I'd ever do them. As far as a doctor prescribed, what do they call it? HRT, hormone replacement therapy. I do not qualify. My testosterone level is still high enough to the point where doctors will not prescribe that to me. And if they did prescribe that to me, I wouldn't be able to compete in a drug tested meet in the USPA because that is considered a PED, regardless of if it's prescribed or not. So
Now, there's nothing wrong with steroids.
absolutely not.
I firmly believe like there's nothing wrong. I would never do it, but I mean, the only thing steroids do is help you recover faster.
Right.
It makes your joints Superman.
Yeah, the only thing that differs between doing a drug tested meet and a regular non drug tested meet is it kind of levels the playing field, because everybody that competes in a drug tested meet is, supposed to be honestly, to the point where you're not on anything, so it kind of levels the playing field because, but in that sense, there are drug tested people who do put up huge numbers and can compete evenly with PED users. I'm not one of them, but not to say
A
that
lot of my girls are.
yeah,
I should say all my girls are natural,
right. Not to say that
and they're super strong.
yeah, but there's me personally, my view on the use of PEDs is that's your choice. If you want to do them, more power to you, but don't do them just because you want to do. I mean, there's a reason why professional athletes use them. They get paid millions of dollars,
Not
and
only
they
that-
need to remain competitive, and they need
Right.
to perform, and in order to, get that paycheck, right?
Or because they are aiming to be the best.
Right.
They want to be the best. You're never going to be, I mean, I'm not saying you're never, but you're not aiming to be a powerlifting career. That's not your aim. What is my one thing I always say? If this is the strongest I'll ever be, then
So be it, right?
so be it.
Yeah, this is the strongest I'm ever going to be. But I love the process. I love the process of getting stronger. If you guys don't film yourself lifting, you need to start, because I look at some old videos of myself lifting, and I love the fact that I look at those videos and the amount of weight that I can lift now compared to a year, 2 years ago is amazing. I astonish myself, because if I didn't have that video, I wouldn't realize or have noticed how much I've improved.
Yeah.
In training, sticking to a program, and advancing my strength. So that's awesome. So that pretty much wraps up the meet recap. Some other things that we did while we were down in Long Beach was we were going to go to this place called the San Pedro Fish Market. we we were looking so forward to eating there, and if for those of you that don't know about it, it's a place where they give you this tray. Imagine a McDonald's tray.
It's a fish market.
Yeah, imagine a McDonald's tray, and it just comes piled high, a mountain of shrimp and peppers and onions, and they just stick this spoon in there, and they give you some plates and some garlic bread, and for two people, it costs like $35. So, we wanted to go there, and they have these huge,
So a
like
lot of people were
20
telling
ounce
us about it.
beers, and uh, it's amazing. But we did not get there because our meet ended up a little late. It ended a little late, and they closed at 8 o'clock that night. So we were like, "Fuck, man!" By the time we get an Uber and we get over
And
there,
the wait time is 3 hours,
yeah. So that wasn't going to happen. So what we ended up doing was we went to Tequila Jack's,
which was referred to us by Courtney.
right, and that was just a walk down the pier there, and that ended up being really good.
It is an awesome place.
Yeah, Tequila Jack's was
Courtney
badass.
sent us the right way.
Yeah, thank you for that recommendation for dinner. Tequila Jacks, and I had this drink, and it was called the Adios Tea, or we just called it the Adios Motherfucker, and
Ariel did.
it was delicious. And I had one, and then I had another,
And then everyone caught on.
and then I kind of sold it. I sold it to everybody. I said, "Hey, man, everybody at this table, you guys need to order this. This is badass. This is a good drink." And so everybody ended up ordering one. And everybody got drunk. So I had a third. And then Ayana decided she wanted to buy shots for the whole table. And we all did shots. And we walked down the pier there. And we had a good time dancing.
It was a fun weekend.
It was fantastic. I wanted to eat shabu shabu. For those of you that don't know what shabu shabu is, it's a hot pot.
But honestly, I don't like it. And we
Yeah.
were eating way too much.
Yeah, but next time I will eat that. So I think we're gonna bring this one. Don't do.
Oh.
We're gonna bring this one in for a landing, and we're gonna stop it here. So catch us on the next one. If you guys like this, give us a 5-star rating on.
Who's going to be on the next one?
Oh, we won't say right now,
Oh.
but just stand by for a guest on our next podcast. If you like these podcasts, if you're listening on Apple iTunes, give us a 5-star. If you're watching this, the video version on
YouTube?
YouTube's, give us a like, a subscribe, share it. The more that people know about it, the better that we can be. You want to give your name, your Instagrammers. You can follow her either at the LBS website or Lamore Barbell Instagram. I am Danny B _/, whatever you want to say it. LBS on the Instagrams. Find me on Facebook and the Twitters. And we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.
Bye.